Very good morning to one and all. So in last lecture, we have solved the numerical based on the stepping stone method, which will give us the idea about whether the solution, that is initial basic feasible solution, is optimal or not. Now, today we are going to go for the next method, that is Modi method, or we can say UV method. Basically, the stepping stone method is having one drawback. What is that drawback? I will tell you. So this is a numerical that we have solved by using stepping stone method. So here you can see, wherever we don't have any allocation, in that case, what we did, we allocated unit quantity in that particular cell, and we will calculate how that unit quantity assigned in that particular cell will affect on the transportation cost. Like C13 means here in this cell, initially we don't have any, what we can say, allocation. So what we did, we just allocated one unit quantity in this particular cell, and we have checked what will be the effect on the transportation cost. So what is the effect? The transportation cost is increased by 60 rupees. So this is the effect. Okay. So means what? See, we are having 3 by 4 matrix, means 3 row and 4 matrix. We are having 3 row and 4 matrix. And similarly, we are having how much allocations? We are having 6 allocations. Okay, and we don't have 1 2 3 4 5 6 allocations. म्हणजे 6 allocations होते आणि 6 allocations नाही आहेत. तिथं आपण युनिट क्वांटिटी allocate करून आपण त्याचा कॉस्ट काढला त्या पर्टिक्युलर सेल मध्ये. त्याचं मीनिंग काय होतं? मीन्स वी आर फाइंडिंग by allocating single unit in a cell where we don't have any allocations. After that, we are checking that at that particular cell, after allocating the single unit, what will be the effect on the transportation cost. So we have to calculate the transportation cost at each cell. Now here the matrix is 3 by 4 matrix. So there are 6 cells where we don't have allocations. For that purpose, we did the 6 calculations like this. If the matrix is more than 3 by 4, for example, if matrix is 5 by 5, then what will be the possibilities? What will be the possibilities? See, there is one formula, that is m minus 1 into n minus 1. M is nothing but number of rows and n is nothing but number of columns. Okay, so do the simplification. Put instead of m 5, so it will give 4. Put instead of n 5, it will again give 4. Means 4 into 4, 16. Means the size of the matrix is increases. Then what will happen? The number of calculations that may increase. म्हणजे जेव्हा मॅट्रिक्स 5 by 5 असेल तेव्हा आपल्याला 16 कॅल्क्युलेशन करावं लागतील. कशाचे? ज्या सेलमध्ये ॲलोकेशन्स नाही आहेत तसे 16 सेल भेटतील आपल्याला. सो इट इज व्हेरी लेंदी प्रोसेस. दॅट इज द ड्रॉबॅक ऑफ द स्टेपिंग स्टोन मेथड. समजतंय? जर मॅट्रिक्स मोठा असेल, दॅट इज 5 by 5, 5 by 6 किंवा 6 by 6, इन दॅट केस the number of calculation will increase because we are getting 16 cells where we don't have any allocations. आपल्याला 16 सेल असे भेटतील की ज्यामध्ये allocation नसतील. त्यामुळे जे कॅल्क्युलेशन आहे ते कॅल्क्युलेशन लेंदी होत जाईल आणि इटरेशन पण जसे इटरेशन वाढत जाईल तसे कॅल्क्युलेशन पण लेंदी होत जाईल. दॅट इज द ड्रॉबॅक ऑफ द स्टेपिंग स्टोन मेथड. सो that drawback is nullified by using Modi method. So what is that Modi method? We'll discuss now. See here, Modi method is nothing but modified distribution method. So directly I have taken the numerical, the same numerical previously we have solved by using stepping stone method. The same numerical we are going to solve by using Modi method. Okay, so the question is, determine the IBFS for the given transportation problem and also perform the optimality test by using Modi method. Same numerical that आपण solve केलं stepping stone method. जो first numerical stepping stone method चा same numerical आपण Modi method ने solve करतो. ओके, हा क्वेश्चन गिवन आहे ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन प्रॉब्लेमचा. सो आपल्याला हा न्यूमेरिकल किंवा हा जो गिवन मॅट्रिक्स आहे त्याचं फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इनिशियल बेसिक फिजिबल सोल्युशन फाइंड आउट करायचं. त्यानंतर त्याचं सोल्युशन आहे ते ऑप्टिमल आहे का नाही आहे ते आपल्याला चेक करायचं विथ द हेल्प ऑफ मोदी मेथड किंवा यालाच आपण म्हणतो युवी मेथड. व्हॉट इज दॅट युवी मेथड? आय विल टेल यू while solving the numerical. So first step is check the supply and demand condition both are equal or not. म्हणजे आपल्याला first of all rim condition check करायची. Rim condition म्हणजे काय? Supply should be equal to demand. So see, supply check करा. 9 plus 7 16, 16 plus 18 32, 34 sorry, it is 34. Similarly demand check करा. 7 plus 14 21, 21 plus 8 29, 29 plus 5 34. Means supply and demand condition same satisfy karte. That is called as the rim condition will get satisfied by this transportation problem. So first of all, we will find the initial basic feasible solution. There are total 5 methods to find IBFS, but here they have not mentioned a specific method. So we have to go for WAM method. That is, we have to find the penalties and we have to do the allocation. So we'll start the finding the penalties and we'll do the allocation. So penalty 1 will be 9 in first row. In second row, it is 10. In third row, it is 12. Similarly, in column, penalty 1 will be 21. Here, the penalty will be 22. Here, 10. And in fourth column, again 10. So in penalty number 1, 22 is the highest penalty. So we'll give the entry in this particular column. In this particular column, 8 is the minimum. Supply is 18, demand is 8. We can allocate demand 8. So the demand will become 0. Supply will remain 10. So here, the demand condition will get satisfied. Go for the penalty number 2. Again, in first row, the penalty is 9. In second row, now penalty will be 20. In third row, penalty will be again 20. Column wise, in first column, the penalty will remain 21 as it is. In column 2, we don't have any penalty. So I will mark the dash. In column 3, again penalty is 10. In column 4, again penalty is 10. On penalty number 2, which is the highest penalty, 21 is the highest penalty. So I will give the entry from this penalty in this given column. So in this column, 19 is the least value. So here supply is 7, demand is 5. We can fulfill the demand. So I will allocate demand here 5. Then demand will become 0, supply will remain 2. Now the demand condition will get satisfied. I will scratch the column. Now penalty number 3. So here penalty will be 40. Here 20. Here 50. Similarly in column, here we are getting dash, dash, 10 and 10. Now in penalty 3, 50 is the highest penalty. So I will give entry from this penalty and in this particular row. In this row, 20 is the least value. At this cell, supply is 10, demand is 14. So we can fulfill the supply of 10. So then supply will become 0, demand remain 4. Now I will scratch this row because supply condition will get fulfilled. Go for penalty number 4. Again 40, 20. Here we are getting dash. In column, dash, dash, 10 and 50. Now again see, in penalty number 4, 50 is the highest penalty. So I will give entry from this particular penalty and in this column. In this column, 10 is the least value. Here supply is 2, demand is 4. So we can fulfill the supply. So I will allocate 2 here. Then supply will become 0, demand will remain 2. In this case, the supply condition will get satisfied. I will scratch this particular row. Go for penalty number 5. Here we are getting dash, here 20, dash. Similarly in column, dash, dash, 40 and 60. Okay, so 60 is the highest penalty. We have to give the entry from this penalty and in this column. So in this column, 60 is the least value. So supply is 9, demand is 2. So we can fulfill the demand. I will allocate 2 here. Then demand will become 0, supply remains same. Now the demand condition will get satisfied. I will scratch this particular column. Now only remaining cell is this cell. So at this cell, supply is 7, demand is also 7. So we can fulfill the supply and demand condition. So I can directly allocate 7 here. Either you can do in this way or you can go for the penalty number 6. Because if you go for the penalty number 6, in row and in column, the penalty will be same. Okay. So you can go either way. Okay, so your supply and demand will become 0. Now what is the transportation cost? That is total transportation cost. Total transportation cost is equal to 19 into 5, that is 95 plus 20 plus 120 plus 280 plus 64 plus 200 is again 779. because the numerical is similar to the previous numerical. But the thing is that that numerical we have solved by using stepping stone method. Here we are going to solve by using Modi method. But IBFS solution will be same for the both the type, because we have found this total transportation cost by using BAM method. So it will be 779. So we have to check whether this transportation cost is optimal or not. So I have told you that before going to optimality, there are two conditions. We have to check that those two conditions. What is the first condition? Number of allocations should be equal to m plus n minus 1. This is the first condition. See how many number of allocations are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means we are having 6 allocations. Now we are having 3 rows and 4 columns. So here 6 is equal to 6 means the first condition is satisfied. Now what is the second condition? The second condition is allocations should be at independent position. Check whether the all allocations are at independent position. What is the meaning of independent positions? The meaning of independent position is nothing but the allocation should not form the closed loop, and that closed loop should be having even lines, and those lines are either vertical or horizontal. Okay, so in this particular case we don't have any closed loop, or we are not getting any closed loop. So this second condition also gets satisfied, that is allocation should be at independent position. Now we have to go for the optimality test, that is optimality test. So again same, iteration number 1, iteration number 1. It is very easy, just be focused. So again I will draw the given matrix. Just observe what is the difference between stepping stone and Modi method. See, in Modi method, the first step is, that is, I will write A, small capital A, that is occupied cell. Please attend carefully. First step is occupied cell. What is the meaning of occupied cell? The meaning of occupied cell is nothing but wherever we are having allocations, wherever we are having allocations means we are having allocations here, 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 at this location, at this location, and at this locations. So what is the meaning of occupied cell? Wherever we are having allocations, we have to select those cell and we have to write down the cost of that particular cell. म्हणजे ज्या सेल मध्ये allocations झालेले आहेत त्या सेल मधला जो कॉस्ट आहे तो आपल्याला लिहायचा आहे. What is the cost in this cell? 19 is the cost. In this cell, see, we are having allocation here. So in this cell, what is the cost? 19 is the cost. Again, in this cell, 2 is the allocations. So what is the cost? 10. म्हणजे ज्या ज्या सेल मध्ये आपण allocations केलेले आहेत त्याचं ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट घ्यायचं आहे. So at this location 19 is the cost, at this location 10 is the cost. So what I will do, initially आपला allocations इथं होता 5, so त्याची cost आहे 19, so I will take 19. इथे ह्या दोन सेल मध्ये आपल्याला allocation नाहीये, so आपल्याला allocations इथं होतं, so इथं cost होती 10. Similarly सेकंड रो मध्ये बघा, इथे इथे allocation नाहीये, सोडून द्यायचं, इथे आणि इथे allocations आहे, म्हणजे आपल्याला हे जे दोन्ही कॉस्ट घ्यायचे, that is 40 and 60. जिथे जिथे कॉस्ट आहे, जिथे जिथे allocations आहे त्या सेलचा आपल्याला कॉस्ट घ्यायचं आणि त्याच लोकेशनला घ्यायचं. सो वी आर हॅव्हिंग कॉस्ट हियर 40 and 60. सिमिलरली थर्ड रो मध्ये चेक करा, इथे आहे आपल्याला allocations. So you have to take these two costs, that is 8 and 20, and we have to write at that particular location only. So I will write here 8 and 20. Okay. आता जिथे जिथे allocations नाहीये त्या सेलमध्ये आपल्याला डॉट मार्क करायचं. अटेंड केअरफुली. काय केलं, ऑक्युपाइड सेल म्हणजे काय, ज्या सेलमध्ये ॲलोकेशन्स आहेत त्या सेलचा आपण ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट घेतलाय. ज्या सेलमध्ये आपण ॲलोकेशन्स केलेले आहेत त्या सेलचा आपण ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट घेतलाय आणि ते आपण ह्या मॅट्रिक्समध्ये लिहिलंय. ज्या लोकेशनला होतं, ज्या सेलमध्ये होते तिथंच लिहिलंय आपण. आणि ज्या सेलमध्ये ॲलोकेशन्स नव्हते सो त्या जागी आपण डॉट केलं. सो दिस इज द ऑक्युपाइड सेल. नाउ व्हॉट इज द नेक्स्ट स्टेप? We have to find the values of u and v. What is the alternate name of Modi method? That is UV method. So what is that meaning? What is the meaning of UV? I will tell you. Basically, there is one simple formula, and the formula is UI plus VJ is equal to CIJ. हा formula आहे. हा formula आपल्याला use करायचा. What is the formula? UI plus VJ is equal to CIJ. Means what? Vertically, we are taking the values of U. Vertically, we are taking the values of U. That's why I have make arrow in downward direction, and horizontally we are going to take the values of V. Got it? आपण vertically U च्या values घेतोय, horizontally V च्या values घेतोय. Okay, so let us say हा suppose 1 आहे, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Okay, because there are 3 rows and 4 columns, so simply आपण जर 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 याला naming दिलंय. So simply put the values in this particular formula. Then what will be the formula will become? See, UI म्हणजे काय, U च्या values, VJ म्हणजे V च्या values, and CIJ म्हणजे cost of U and V. See, suppose आपण U ची value 1 घेतली at this cell, so it will become U1 plus ला plus राहील. आता VJ म्हणजे आपण इथे घेतोय ह्या लोकेशनला, it will become V1. Okay, is equal to CIJ म्हणजे काय, cost from 1 to 1. What is the cost from 1 to 1? That is 19. समजतंय? Similarly, for example, आता मला 1 to 2 घ्यायचं आहे, म्हणजे माझा U1 राहील प्लस V2 येईल is equal to इथला कॉस्ट येईल, पण इनिशियली इथं we don't have any cost. If suppose I want to take 1 to 4, so U1 plus V4, what is the cost? 10. समजतंय? In this way we are getting the values of U and V. समजतंय? What is the meaning of this formula? You have to just keep the values. So how to keep the values, I will tell you. इथं बेसिकली आपल्याला U आणि V च्या व्हॅल्यूज काढायचे. बेसिकली आपल्याला U आणि V च्या व्हॅल्यूज काढायचे. सो इनिशियली काय करतो, सी आय विल पुट U1 is equal to 0. I will put U1 is equal to 0. U1 कुठे आपला इथं आहे, कारण U आपण व्हर्टिकली व्हॅल्यूज घेतलेत आणि V हॉरिझॉन्टल व्हॅल्यू घेतलेत. सो मी U1 काय करतो, 0 पुट करतो. लेट अस से 0. ओके, आता बघा आपला फॉर्म्युला काय, UI plus VJ is equal to CIJ. ओके, सो व्हॉट इज UI? आता आपण UI घेतलंय तर U1 घेतलंय, ह्याला U1 U2 U3 म्हणतोय, ह्याला V1 V2 V3 V4 म्हणतोय, म्हणजे आपला U1 झाला. सो हा फॉर्म्युला काय होईल, U1 प्लस V1 इज इक्वल टू C11. करेक्ट आहे? ऍट लोकेशन 1 1 बघतोय आपण. सो ऍट लोकेशन U1 0 आहे माझा, सो इथे 0 पुट करतो. V1 माहित नाहीये मला काढायचं आहे, सो V1 ला ऍज इट इज ठेवतो. व्हॉट इज द कॉस्ट ऍट C11? 19. ओके, सो V1 किती लिहितो, V1 19 येईल माझा. आर यू गेटिंग? काय केलं आपण, हा फॉर्म्युला यूज केला, दॅट इज UV फॉर्म्युला. सो इनिशियली काय केलं मी, U1 इज इक्वल टू 0 पुट केलं. सो फॉर्म्युला काय सांगतो, U1 प्लस V1 इज इक्वल टू कॉस्ट ऍट 1 1. समजते दिस फॉर्म्युला? हा फॉर्म्युला कन्वर्ट केला आपण ह्या फॉर्म्युलामध्ये, म्हणजे U च्या जागी आपण UI च्या जागी U1 घेतलाय, VJ च्या जागी V1 घेतलाय आणि CIJ च्या जागी C11 घेतलाय. ओके, आपण U1 0 पुट केलो, V1 आपल्याला फाइंड आउट करायचं माहित नाहीये आणि C11 माहिती आपल्याला 90. सो U1 ची व्हॅल्यू 0 पुट करा, फ्रॉम दॅट वी आर गेटिंग V1 इज इक्वल टू 90. सो हा व्हॅल्यू इथे लिहायचं 90. ओके, नेक्स्ट सिमिलरली अजून काय पुट करता येईल बघा, ह्या सेलमध्ये U1 0 आहे, मग U1 प्लस V4 इज इक्वल टू 10 पुट करता येईल मला. समजतंय? कॅन आय राईट U1 प्लस V4 इज इक्वल टू 10? So I will write U1 plus V4 is equal to 10 because we don't know the value of V4. Are you getting? Okay. Are you getting? So here I have put it u1 plus v4 is equal to 10. So u1 ची व्हॅल्यू आपल्याकडे 0 आहे, v4 माहित नाही, ऍज इट इज ठेवतो. आणि सॉरी इथं 10 ची जागी मी काय लिहिन, इथे मी डायरेक्टली C14 लिहू शकतो, कारण आपण हा फॉर्म्युला इथं फॉलो करतोय. हा फॉर्म्युला आपण इथं फॉलो करतोय. सो ऍट दिस लोकेशन मला लिहिता येईल u1 प्लस v4 इज इक्वल टू कॉस्ट ऍट सेल C14. C14 म्हणजे 1 स्टँड फॉर फर्स्ट रो, 4 स्टँड फॉर फोर्थ कॉलम. So 0 plus v4 is equal to 10. So from this we can get value of v4 is equal to 10. Okay, म्हणजे v4 ची व्हॅल्यू 10 भेटली. सो इथे मी 10 पुट करतो. नेक्स्ट, आता नेक्स्ट बघा, सेम फॉर्म्युला आपल्याला अप्लाय करायचं आहे, फक्त थोडं थिंकिंग जास्त करावं लागेल. आता नेक्स्ट बघा, इथं माझ्याकडे v4 ची व्हॅल्यू आहे. ओके, v4 ची व्हॅल्यू आहे, माझ्याकडे C24 ची व्हॅल्यू आहे, त्याच्यावर मी u2 ची व्हॅल्यू काढू शकतो. समजतंय? See, I am having the value of v4. Similarly, I am having the value of C24. From that, can I calculate the value of u2? आपण व्हॅल्यूज कधी फाइंड आउट करतो बघा, ह्या इक्वेशन मध्ये 3 अननोन आहेत. जेव्हा 3 पैकी 2 व्हॅल्यू दोन असतील तेव्हा आपण थर्ड व्हॅल्यू काढू शकतो. सेम थिंग इथं आहे, आपल्याकडे v4 माहिती आहे आपल्याला आणि C24 माहिती आहे, त्याच्यावर मला u2 काढता येईल. सो द फॉर्म्युला विल बिकम u2 प्लस v4 is equal to C24. Are you getting? u2 plus v4 is equal to C24. Now we don't know the value of u2, so I'll keep u2 as it is. We know the value of v4, that is 10, and we know the value of C24, that is 60. So from that we are getting u2 is equal to 50. Getting? So here I will write 50. Now next, similarly see, इथं बघा, आपल्याला u3 ची व्हॅल्यू माहित नाहीये, but we know the value of v4 and C34. From that, can I calculate the value of u3? Yes, we can. So the formula will become u3 plus v4 is equal to C34. That is u3 plus v4 is equal to C34. Simply put, we don't know u3, so I will keep u3 as it is. We know the v4, that is 10, and we know the value of C34, that is 20. From that we can calculate u3. u3 is 10. Okay, म्हणजे आपल्याला u3 ची व्हॅल्यू 10 आली. नेक्स्ट, u च्या व्हॅल्यू सगळ्या आपल्याला फाइंड आउट केलं आणि v1 आणि v4 फाइंड आउट केलं. सो नेक्स्ट इज फाइंड द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ v2 अँड v3. आता फॉर्म्युला कसा आपल्याला यूज करता येईल? सी, u3 plus v4 is equal to C32. From that we can calculate the value of v2. So I will apply that formula. u3 plus v2 is equal to C32. u3 10 माहिती आहे, so 10 plus v2 is equal to 8. Then v2 will become -2. Getting? So I will write -2 here. Similarly आपल्याला v3 काढायचं आहे. v3 कसं काढता येईल? u2 plus v3 is equal to C23. Okay, u2 plus v3 is equal to C23. Please turn off your mic. Now here we know the value of u2, that is 50, so I will keep 50 here. We have to calculate the value of v3, so I will keep as it is, and we know that the value of C23 is 40. So now from this v3 will become -10. Are you getting? Are you getting? So v3 will be -10, so I will write here -10. Any doubt? Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Okay. So what is the first step in Modi method? The first step is occupied cell. What is the meaning of occupied cell? We have to consider those cells where we are having allocations, but here we are not considering the allocations. Here we have to consider the cost at that particular cell where we are having the allocations. So we are having the allocations at these locations. So we have considered the cost. Okay. Now after that, what we have to do, wherever we don't have any allocations at that particular cell, we have to mark dot. After that, we have to find the values of U and V by using this formula. I have told you how to apply this formula. Okay. So initially, I have considered U1 is equal to 0. No doubt you can consider V1 is equal to 0 also. It depends on you. ते तुमच्यावर डिपेंड आहे U1 ला 0 घ्यायचं का V1 ला 0 घ्यायचं. आन्सर मध्ये काही चेंज येणार नाही. It left to you. So here I have considered U1 is equal to 0. So I have converted U1 and V1 in this particular form. So from that I can get the value of V1. Likewise, I have calculated all the values of U and V. I hope you have understood. So this is the first step. Now we'll go for the second step. That is step number B. Step number B. Step A was occupied cell. Now the step B was unoccupied cell. Step A was occupied cell and step B was unoccupied cell. Don't be confused. The sequence, because sequence, if you change the sequence, then your answer will be a wrong answer. Now see, it is exactly reverse of the occupied cell. Second is unoccupied cell, which is exactly reverse of the occupied cell. आता unoccupied cell मध्ये काय करायचं, जिथे जिथे allocations नाही आहेत तिथे आपल्याला व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करायची. म्हणजे काय की occupied cell मध्ये आपण काय केलं, जिथे allocations होते त्याचे व्हॅल्यू आपण राईट डाऊन केले इथं. सो अनऑक्युपाइड सेल मध्ये काय करायचं, की जिथे जिथे आपले व्हॅल्यू आहेत तिथे डॉट मार्क करायचं आणि जिथे डॉट आहे तिथे आपल्याला व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करायची. समजतंय डिफरन्स काय? ऑक्युपाइड सेल मध्ये काय केलं आपण, जिथे allocations होते तिथले कॉस्ट लिहिलेत आपण, पण अनऑक्युपाइड सेल मध्ये काय करणार आहे आपण, हे जिथे जिथे आपण व्हॅल्यू लिहिले होते ऑक्युपाइड सेल मध्ये तिथे आपण डॉट करणार आहोत. म्हणजे काय, वी आर गेटिंग डॉट हियर, डॉट 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 अँड डॉट सी. समजतंय, जिथे जिथे आपल्याकडे व्हॅल्यू होते त्याला आपण डॉट केलं आणि इथे जिथे जिथे डॉट होते ऑक्युपाइड सेल मध्ये तिथे आता आपल्याला ते व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करायचे. कशामध्ये, अनऑक्युपाइड सेल मध्ये. बट हियर वी कॅनॉट टेक डायरेक्टली द व्हॅल्यूज फ्रॉम आवर ओरिजिनल मॅट्रिक्स. इथून व्हॅल्यूज घ्यायचे नाही. यू हॅव टू फाइंड द व्हॅल्यूज फ्रॉम आवर यू अँड व्ही. जे यू आणि व्ही च्या व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट केलेत त्या व्हॅल्यूचा यूज करून आणि हा फॉर्म्युलाचा यूज करून आपल्याला इथल्या व्हॅल्यूज काढायचे. Okay, so I will write the values of U and V here as it is 0, 50, 10, 19, -2, -10 and 10. Okay, आता सेम फॉर्म्युला यूज करायचा आणि इथल्या व्हॅल्यूज फाइंड आउट करायचे. आता इथली व्हॅल्यू काढायची. कसं काढता येईल मला, U1 plus V2 is equal to cost C12. Okay, U1 plus V2 is equal to cost C12. U1 0 आहे, V2 -2 आहे. सो -2 is equal to C2. सॉरी C12. C12 ची व्हॅल्यू -2 येईल कारण हा आपला 0 आहे. सो C12 will become -2. Okay, so I will write here -2. Similarly, see, we can find the value here also by using this U1 plus V3 is equal to C13. U1 plus V3 is equal to C13. Again, U1 is 0. V3 is -10 is equal to C13. From that, right, we can write C13 is equal to -10. Okay, so I will write here -10. Next, here, how we can find the value here? That is U2 plus V1 is equal to C21. I will write U2 plus V1 is equal to C21. Now U2 is 50. V1 is 19 is equal to C21. Then C21 become 69. So I will write here 69. Now what will be the value here? That is U2 plus V2 is equal to C22. U2 plus V2 is equal to C22. That is 50 minus 2 is equal to C22. Then C22 will become 48. So I will write 48 here. Now next, we have to go for this particular cell. How we can calculate? That is U3 plus V1 is equal to C31. U3 plus V1 is equal to C31. U3 is 10, V1 is 19 is equal to C31. So what is C31? C3 will be 29. Now go at this particular cell. How we can calculate the value here? U3 plus V3 is equal to C33. U3 plus V3 is equal to C33. U3 is plus 10, V3 is minus 10. And what is the value of C33? Is equal to 0. So I will write 0 here. Here it is 29. Okay. Got the all values where we don't have any dot. म्हणजे ज्या सेल मध्ये डॉट होते त्या सेल मध्ये आपण व्हॅल्यू काढलो फाइंड आउट केलं. Okay. What is the difference? Again, I will tell you. In occupied cell, what we did, we have taken the cost wherever we are having the allocations. After that, from those costs, we have calculated the value of U and V. In unoccupied cell, what we did, wherever in occupied cell we are having dots, we have to find the values at that location. And wherever we are having the values in occupied cell, at that location, we have made the dot. Okay, म्हणजे जिथं occupied cell मध्ये व्हॅल्यूज येते तिथं आपण डॉट केलेला आहे. आणि जिथं डॉट होते तिथं आपण व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट केलं विथ द हेल्प ऑफ U and V. By using same formula. Which formula? U plus V is equal to C. हा फॉर्म्युला आपण फाइंड आउट केला. So these are the values. And we have put this value in this particular matrix. So now, what is the third step? What is the third step? That is C. That is C. That step is cell evaluation matrix. The third step is cell evaluation matrix. What is this cell evaluation matrix? That I will tell you. See, after 3 minutes, the session will be automatically terminated. You can rejoin the session again. Okay. Now again, I will draw the matrix. You have understood what is the meaning of occupied cell. You have understood what is the meaning of unoccupied cell. Now, what is the meaning of cell evaluation matrix? So what we have to do in cell evaluation matrix, we have to compare our original matrix, means this matrix, and this unoccupied cell matrix. What we have to do? We have to compare our original matrix and unoccupied cell. What we have to do? We have to subtract this unoccupied cell values from our original matrix. काय सांगितलं मी? सेल इव्हॅल्युएशन मॅट्रिक्स म्हणजे काय? आपण अनऑक्युपाइड सेल मध्ये जे व्हॅल्यूज फाइंड आउट केले ते व्हॅल्यूज आपल्याला आपल्या ओरिजिनल मॅट्रिक्स मधून मायनस करायचे. दॅट इज कॉस्ट मॅट्रिक्स मध्ये. समजतंय? दॅट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ अनऑक्युपाइड सेल इव्हॅल्युएशन मॅट्रिक्स. सो हियर जिथे जिथे डॉट आहे फर्स्ट तिथे मी डॉट करून घेतो. इथं डॉट होतं. हियर वी आर हॅव्हिंग डॉट 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 dot and dot. Okay. Now we have to do this subtraction, means we have to subtract these value from our original cost matrix. So here, see, 30 is the value at this location. So 30 minus 2. आपल्याला काय करायचंय? ह्या व्हॅल्यूज मधून ह्या व्हॅल्यू मायनस करायची. सो 30 मायनस ऑफ मायनस 2 किती येईल? प्लस 2 होईल. म्हणजे आपल्याला काय करायचं काय इथं? 30 मायनस ही व्हॅल्यू करायची. 30 minus minus 2. So minus minus plus will. So it will become 32. So I will write 32 here. Similarly, 50 मधून मायनस करायचं. काय मायनस करायचं? -10 मायनस करायचं. 50 मधून मायनस कुठली व्हॅल्यू करायची? -10. Means what will become? 50 minus minus 10. It will become 60. So I will write 60 here. Now similarly, see, at this location, इथे 69 आहे, but original matrix मध्ये 70 आहे. So 70 minus 69 will give 1. So I will write 1 here. Similarly, at this location we are having 48, but in original cost matrix we are having 30. So 30 मधून 48 minus केल्यानंतर किती येईल? -18 येईल. So I will write -18. Similarly, at this location 29, but originally we are having 40. So 40 minus 29 will get 11. Now here we are having 0, but originally we are having 70. So 70 minus 0, it is 70. I hope understood till now. Log out this session and again log in. Log out the session and again log in.